I love operations, but the people-centric piece of it was something that I was drawn to a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you figure out what it was you love? I think that's one thing that many young professionals struggle with. They realize they got to make a paycheck, and then they get to that point of being burnt out. I know even me personally, this is something that over the last three
Yeah.
or 4 years I've really focused on at 15 years
Mhm.
in the industry. How did you figure out what it is that you love, that was passionate, that was able to let you plug in and do those things?
Yeah. It hit me when I woke up and I realized if I wasn't doing this, I would be very sad and disconnected. When if all I could think about was the next topic, the next class that I would teach, who I could coach, who I could mentor, how could I take strategic operations and drive revenue through people performance? When it became that's all that I can think about doing. That's all that I could see. If you were to remove this, if I were to take this out of my life for the rest of my life and not do it, I wouldn't be happy. That's when I really started discovering this is where I need to be. And honestly, I've really realized that your gift is what everybody is not called to do. That becomes what your gift is. And not everyone can, lead a team. Not everyone is built for leadership. Not everyone can stand up and give a presentation and none of those things. But I kind of look at it as second nature, but I enjoy it. When you can't think about anything else and you know that it's going to be impactful and purposeful, that's how you know. That's what you should be chasing.
I like that you say that because I think the other thing that as you're going through that journey, you find that you're already doing it. You just
You
don't
are
realize
already
that you're
doing it.
doing it.
Yeah.
And for me, it was more realizing that it was more kind of researching and presenting
Yes.
and kind of coaching and teaching people in those aspects, but more research focused.
Mhm.
And what I realized was very quickly, even in my military time, I was the one that was doing the OJT with everybody that came in
Yep.
brand new. I was the one that was going through and researching what is a new way that we could do this, or what's the best procedure to do X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. How do you translate this into, we were teaching foreign nationals. How do you teach this to foreign nationals and make sure it makes sense? And
Yes.
as I started kind of unraveling what was going to make me happy, like what
Yeah.
you mentioned, I realized that shoot, I've been doing this my entire career. I just didn't know that's what I enjoyed doing. I just
Yeah.
naturally found myself doing it until I came to that
Mhm.
realization. I mean, honestly, for me, that was game changer. That's where, I mean, career has taken a very different,
Yes.
passionate move. And I mean, shoot, my marriage got better because of figuring that
Yeah.
out.